Hey everyone, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you all about the summer I spent volunteer working abroad in Italy. Get excited. So, like I said, welcome back if you are a subscriber, and if you are new here, if you've never seen my videos before, nice to meet you. My name is Julia. So what is volunteer working abroad? What does that mean? So when I say that, that basically means that you set up some kind of arrangement where you will volunteer your time in exchange for typically room and sometimes board and other benefits, which just makes traveling easier. So it's an opportunity to get to live in an area long term if you can't get a work visa, and it's really good if you want to learn a new language or you want to spend just a significant amount of time in another country, or you want to interact with locals, really immerse yourself, but not just be in the tourist areas. I did this the summer after I graduated college for 6 weeks in the mountains of Assisi, Italy. I taught English. And so I'm really excited to share more about it. I feel like this is a really incredible way to travel. It's super underrated and not talked a lot about. So I feel like I wanted to just share more about it. We can thank the company Worldpackers for bringing us today's video. They are a super cool website that allows you to exchange skills that you have for room and board and other benefits to make travel possible. They're a large network of about 4,000 verified safe hosts who need volunteers, and they have about 1.2 million users. And they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to share more about my experience teaching English in Italy. So I went on their website, checked it out, completely fell in love with it, and so I'm really excited to tell you guys more about it in a minute. But first I want to share with you about my personal experience. So when I was in my last year of college, I was very serious about spending time in Europe after college. That was like, I am gonna do that or I'm gonna do nothing. Like, I was so serious. And I set up a bus tour for me, so I bopped all around Europe. And then after that, I really wanted to just hang out in Italy specifically. Or I thought about Spain, other places, but I really wanted to spend a large amount of time in one area. So I went on a website that was super similar to Worldpackers, except it was just like really sketchy and it was hard to use, and I don't think it was very safe, like thinking back. But basically you scroll through all these opportunities and you see people posting about needing help, and I found one that I really liked. It was a family that hosted a summer camp for Italian children in their home, and they taught English through art. And so I reached out to them and said that I would be in Italy this summer, and I speak English and I love theater and I would love to help them. And so we made an agreement that I would teach English through theater, whatever, for the summer, and I would have my own room, a place to stay. They fed me 3 meals a day. I didn't have to pay for anything. I just had to work the camp. I can't even tell you how much I learned. The whole thing was just one big growing experience. Like, totally stepping out of my comfort zone and trying new things and being really independent. Like, woo! Just from the very beginning, like even getting there. So I was coming from Croatia because that's where my bus tour ended. I had been on this bus tour for 30 days. It was amazing. And so I sailed across the Adriatic on this little ferry, and I remember my room was so small.
This is my cabin on the boat. It's like the smallest place I've ever been in my entire life. I'm standing at the door. That's it. There's 2 beds, and I'm praying there's not another person coming, because that'd just be one slumber party I don't want to go to.
And I thought there's no way another person is gonna come in this room, but lo and behold, some cute Irish woman like walks in the door. The room was like a toilet. It was so small, but we shared it, and thank God we shared it, because the next day we get there and she speaks Italian and I can't find the train station, so she walks me to the train station, and then I can't buy a ticket because I just don't know what I'm doing, and so she walked me up to the train ticket box office and she bought my ticket for me. Well, I paid for it, but she helped me buy it. I think if it weren't for that woman, I'd probably just still be wandering around Bari, Italy, like confused. To this day, just wandering around. I was actually there a week earlier than all of the other teachers or volunteers that came. And so for that first week, that was kind of a huge culture shock for me. I have never experienced culture shock like that. I was just thrown in with an Italian family, and they were loud and crazy, and I just wasn't used to it. And I remember this one time, we were taking a new fridge in. We were replacing the fridge. And everyone was shouting and yelling, and they weren't mad, or it was just, they were shouting and yelling. And they were yelling at me, like, do this, do that. And I just was like, why is everyone yelling? Like, what? I can't handle this. Like, and so I walked out of the back door of the kitchen and I stood against the wall and I thought, what am I doing here? And I just started crying. And I'm like, why am I here? It was like, these people are crazy. They don't understand that it's like my first time being alone in another country and I'm scared and like they're yelling at me. But again, they weren't yelling at me. They were just shouting, you know? But it got better. You know, the other teachers came and they were from England and some were from America, and we had so much fun. Honestly, the entire thing was just super dreamy. Like, I had my own little room and I decorated it with postcards and scarves, and we would have different kids come every week and I would teach them little skits and they would make costumes out of construction paper and they would be like little bears. I would try and make them into animals, but like every time they looked like bears. Like if I tried to do lions or monkeys, bears. Everyone was a bear. And we would teach them through cooking, we would make homemade bread, and we would pick these local flowers called sambuca.
We're picking sambuca flowers to make sambuca.
And we would make this local sambuca drink out of it, and there were these two chefs from, they weren't chefs, they were just women that knew how to cook, from Sicily, and they were young and hilarious.
Julia, what are you doing?
Nothing. Sing to the dog again.
10.
Sing to the dog again.
You are beautiful. You are beautiful.
Oh my god!
And I remember they made the best food. Every Thursday they made deep dish pizza. And we just had the best time. We would go swimming in this local spring. The kids were just hilarious. I remember thinking like, all kids are the same. Like, yeah, they're Italian kids, but they are just like rambunctious little nuggets. I just grew so much as an independent person. Just really putting myself out there, really just immersing myself in a different situation was invaluable. Also, I can't talk about this summer and not talk about the hamburgers. Oh my gosh, this still makes me mad to this day. So every Sunday, the new kids would come and we would make hamburgers. And because I'm American, they were like, Julia, you should make the hamburgers because you are American. They eat lots of hamburgers. And I'm like, you're right, here I go. And I would, you know, make the hamburgers. And the first time I made them, you know, standard about this big, regulation hamburger size, about the size of the bun, you know. And I remember they laughed at me and were pretty much like, you're a fat American, like why would we ever eat that big of a hamburger? And I was so offended. I was like, excuse me? This is standard FDA regulation hamburger size. I know. And they were like, nah. And so they made me remake them into, like, I kid you not, like nugget sizes. So they were like this big. And everyone had like 3 or 4. And I remember being so salty about it. I was like, why would we make them that small and then let everyone eat 4? Like, why wouldn't we make them normal size and everyone would have 1? I'm still mad about it. So here's the thing about Worldpackers that makes them really different and why I wish I used this website back in the day. 1, they only let verified hosts post on the site. So they have to check into a host. If a host wants to be a part of the website, they have to apply, they have to get vetted, they have to verify that they're safe and that it's a good situation for people. On pretty much any other site, especially the one I used, anyone could just post. It's kind of like Craigslist. Like anyone can just put whatever they want, but that's not how it is on Worldpackers, so you don't have to worry about it being like weird or sketchy. And 2, they actually have a support staff that will help you. So the website I used was all user-based, like you did everything yourself and there was no one there to help you or worry about you if things went wrong. But Worldpackers actually has insurance, so if for some reason things don't work out and it's not your fault, they will help you, and actually if you really need it, they will find a place for you to stay so you can make arrangements to figure out a next step or find a new host to stay with. So those are 2 like game changer-y things that I wish that I had, and that makes them different than pretty much any other site that's like this. There really aren't that many sites that do this. I can think of like 2 or 3 others, but they don't have that like level of safety and support. And you can search by country or you can search by type of project. They have opportunities to volunteer in hostels. They have opportunities to work with NGOs or social projects or farming. You can work on farms or ecological projects. There's a lot of other stuff, but that's the majority of the opportunities are stuff like that. The way their site works, you just go on their website. I have a link down below, go check it out. And it's free to just pop around, look at whatever you want. But if you want to contact a host or have the support or have the insurance, you then have to become a member of the site. And honestly, it's super affordable affordable. It's not an expensive thing. It's just like one annual fee. And actually, I have a promo code for you that is also linked down below. If you sign up, 100% use the promo code. You're just wasting money if you don't. But just check out the website, see if you're interested. If you're at all interested in immersing yourself in culture and getting to live in one spot for a long time, volunteer working is the way to go. Oh, and another cool thing that I have to tell you is they said 65% of their users on this website are women. And I know a lot of people get nervous about women traveling, like women are gonna get hurt, la la la. But 65% are women, so I'm really pumped that there's a lot of women out there just getting it. That makes me very happy. Also, they have an app that you can use, which everyone loves apps. That's super helpful. All right, that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about my very unique, interesting summer teaching English in Italy. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the footage and the photos. If you have any questions, if I didn't cover anything that you were hoping I did, just comment down below. The likelihood of me answering is like a 95% chance, especially if you ask like within the next couple of months of me posting this video. I probably will answer you. I try to answer all of my comments. Okay, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and subscribe to my channel if you have not, and I will see you next week. Bye.
And if you want it, come and get it. Crying out loud. Let go.